Yeah, so my computer, I didn't even know I didn't have my charger right, but it's right now. So on my phone, so I had to come to my phone because, like I said, my laptop, the battery just gave out on me. But anyway, like I said, when you climbing up that good old ladder, you're gonna have people hating. And so what? It's all on how you stay strong and what you gonna do. Other people gonna hate. That's life. Like I said, my whole issue becomes is we say we real strong, but we get real weak. Like when you strong, you don't let weak things bring you down. Period. Point blank. Period. Point blank. You don't let weak things bring you down because you strong, and you got to keep going. And you got to keep climbing. You got to keep going. You got to keep climbing. That's life. Not personal. It's life. You got to keep climbing. Keep going. You don't let people tell you what you can't do. Just get it done. That's how people are. You can't climb that mountain. You can't swim that deep. How you gonna tell me what I can or can't do? You know what I could do? So I'm never worried or I'm never intimidated. I know people gonna tell me I can't and can't do. I already know that. I know what I can and can't do. I don't need nobody to tell me that. I know that already. I got it. I'm gonna take care of it. I don't need no reminders. I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be and I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. It's just how it works. So again, stop fighting with other people and for other people. Start fighting for yourself. Start doing that. I'll say it again. Stop fighting with other people and for other people and start fighting with yourself and for yourself. What you mean start fighting with myself? To do better, to stay away from stupidity, selfishness, negativity, people trying to bait you in, people trying to make you feel guilty about doing the right thing, about going on a healing journey, about having self control, self respect, self confidence. Don't let nobody do you that way. Don't let nobody tell you if they was you, they ain't you. You got to be on that journey by yourself. Whatever that journey consists of is what that journey consists of. Period. Period. Only you know what that journey consists of. You gotta do what you gotta do. Nobody tell you, oh no, you can't do this, you can't do that. How you gonna try to do this? How you gonna try to do that? Living life the best way you know how. That's how that works. Best way you know how. You living life. Don't let nobody tell you when you're on your journey how to go about your journey. That's why it's called your journey. For your journey. For a reason. Don't let somebody tell you what you can't do on your journey. How? For a reason. Like, how you gonna let somebody do that? Your journey for a reason. You gotta accomplish this by yourself, alone. Oh, you intimidated, or you scared, or you worried. But you ain't worried when you gotta fight this fight with other people. You ain't worried when you gotta fight this fight for other people. Fight this fight by yourself. And fight it with yourself. Like I said, to stay sucker free, stay drama free, for inner peace, inner happiness. Fight the fight for that. That's worth it. And you're worthy. Say that every day. I'm worth it and it's worthy. It ain't gonna be simple, it ain't gonna be easy, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Point blank and period. It's worth it. Now it's on you how you come at it, but it's worth it. You're a fighter or a quitter. And if you're a quitter, then that means you shouldn't be trying to fight with nobody or for nobody. To keep it strictly for you. And don't worry about going to the war or the battle for anybody or with anybody. Because if you ain't going to do it for yourself, what's the point of doing it for other people? That's why I cut a lot of things and people out of my life because I had to learn that the hard way. Yo, if I ain't going to fight with them and for them, I know I got to fight for myself. So I don't even want to try to make it seem like I'm going to fight with them or for them. I got to fight for me. I got to fight with me. Like I said, sucker free, drama free, stress free, headache free, inner peace, self discipline, self control, self confidence, self esteem. But to keep trying to go to war and to battle with or for somebody else is senseless. It ain't making no sense no more. Leave it alone. Cut it out. Cut it out. Don't even try to do it no more. But I get it. We try to be more loyal to other people than we try to be loyal to our own self. I'm going to say that again. We try to be more loyal to other people than we are to our own self. That's why I move the way I move. Because I got to become more loyal to me. When I tell me I'm going to do something, I ain't worried about what nobody else going to say. I got to do it. If I say I'm going to get up at this time, I got to get up. I'm going to work out, I got to work out. I cannot do it for someone else or something else. I got to do it for me. I have to do it for me. So I ask people all the time, what are you doing for you? Are you working on doing something for yourself or are you trying to do something for other people? Got to be trying to do something for yourself. Got to leave other people out of it. But we stay committed to other people and not ourselves. We stay doing that. I'm going to go all out for this person. Go all out for you. How you going to neglect yourself to try to protect somebody else? How you going to do that? So you going to neglect you to try to protect someone else or try to be there for someone else or try to ride something else for somebody else? That's not intelligent. That's not smart. That's not moving like a pro. You're moving backwards. Because again, you're trying to do something for someone else. Do it for you. Make sure you do what you got to do for you. You include others in that later. Put other people in that later. You're going to lose family. You're going to lose friends. You may even lose a career or position. Same way you got it, you can get it back. The difference would be when you get it back this time, your spirit gonna feel better, your soul gonna feel better, your mentality gonna be in the right place because now you're doing everything based around and based off of yourself. You're not doing this based off someone else or something else. And you're gonna be proud of yourself because you made the right choices, the right decisions. Stop neglecting yourself to protect others. How many times have you bit your own tongue to not say some truth and you giving yourself mental pain, giving yourself verbal pain because it's like, nah, I really don't want to say that because I don't want that person to be upset or offended. So, and it's not that your intention is to hurt them, but is your intention to hurt yourself? Do you really want to hurt yourself trying to protect somebody else? Do you really want to hurt yourself trying to protect someone else? I'm going to say that one more time. Do you really want to hurt yourself trying to protect someone else? That's relevant. But a lot of people don't mind. And a lot of people don't never recover from that. Hurting themselves trying to protect someone else. I'm not going to hurt myself no more. I'm not going to hurt myself trying to protect nobody else. I know what. I'm going to sweep this under the rug. I ain't going to really say nothing about this because I don't want to offend that person. I don't. You offending yourself because you hurting yourself by not speaking up for you. You can't expect nobody to speak up for you. And when they do, they're not going to say the way you should have said it, or they're not going to speak with compassion the way you want to speak with compassion, or with conviction the way you are. But nah, you know what? I'm going to ignore that. I'm not going to say nothing about that. And then what happens? That start to build up. It start to get backed up. And when it build up and it get backed up, now you're speaking with anger, speaking with hatred. It's animosity because you holding it in for too long. Really? That frustration. Like, nah, you know what? That's my mom. I ain't gonna say nothing. That's my dad. I ain't gonna say nothing. Those my kids. I ain't gonna say nothing. I need this job. Foolish excuses to hold on to nothing. Foolish excuses. Nah, you know what? Nah, that's my husband. I ain't gonna say nothing. That's my wife. I ain't gonna say nothing. That's my baby mother. I ain't gonna say that. That's my baby father. I ain't gonna say nothing. Those my kids. I still love them. I need that job. I don't want to lose my apartment. I don't want to lose my house. I don't want nothing to happen to my car. Something gonna happen to you, and all that stuff goes out the window. It's null and void now, because something gonna happen to you. Trying to protect all these other things, and in the process, you forgetting yourself. I'm not forgetting me no more. I'm gonna be at the top of my own list. Where you at in your life on your list? A lot of people ain't even first in their own life. Their job is first. Their money is first. Their materialism is first. Clothes, cars, jewelry. And if God ain't first, you definitely should put yourself first. I'm going to say that again. If God ain't first, you definitely should put yourself first. God should be first. But if God isn't first, I get it. But where you at? Where you rank in your own life? Are you number one in your own life or somebody else number one? Where do you rank in your own life? A lot of people ain't number one in their own life. They know they not. But when you call them out on it, they get upset. But they not number one in their own life. Got to be number one in your own life. Got to be. Because if you're not, you're going to have problems. But I get it. It's a right to put other people first. It's a right to do that. Not a problem. Other people come first in your life. You don't. Other things come first, but you don't. When you going to be first? When? In your own life, when you going to be first? In your own situation, when you going to be first? How long you going to neglect you for other people? How long you going to put you last? You got to be first. It's your life. Stop wanting to matter to other people and matter to yourself. Stop wanting other people to validate you and validate yourself. No, as long as I matter to these people, I'm good. Nah, not necessarily. You got to matter to yourself. Got to matter to yourself. That's the issue. People know they don't matter to themselves, but they try to play it off. Try to play it off. Try to play it off, and they know they don't matter to themselves. And now they get frustrated. Now they want to argue. Now they want to scream. Now they want to yell. Because they don't matter to themselves, though. But they'll put somebody else in front of them. And when it don't work out, they frustrated. You're frustrated because you're not making you the priority. You're making someone else the priority. That's why you're frustrated. That's why you're frustrated. Because someone else is a factor more than you are your own factor in your own life. You get sick, ain't nobody gonna sit in the hospital bed in your place. You gotta sit through the surgeries. You gotta take the medication. Or you gotta get on that diet. Ain't nobody gonna get on a diet for you. And even if they do, how is it gonna benefit you? Even if they're willing to take the medication, how is it gonna benefit you? It's your body. It's your happiness. It's your mind. It's your heart. It's your lungs. It's your kidneys. But now it's all right. Somebody else could take this for me. Somebody else could do it for me. I'll be okay. I'll recover. No, you won't. Because you're relying on other people to get it done for you. Can't do that no more. Can't do it. It's senseless. It's foolish. You got to get it done. You got to know how to do it. Ain't no pamphlet. You got to figure it out. Ain't no booklet. You got to figure it out. You don't figure life out, life ain't going to figure you out. You got to figure out life. That's why people struggling. They don't want to figure out life. It's easy to be lazy. Easy to be lazy. I used to be lazy when it came to life. I know. I used to be extremely lazy. Didn't care. But now I work harder. I strive harder. And I don't let what others say, think, or feel distract me. They're going to feel like that regardless. What are they doing? Boredom kicks in because people's brain don't move. So boredom kick in because their brain not moving. And when their brain ain't moving, I'm bored. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. Boredom. That's what it is. Their brain stop moving. I'm bored. You are? Why you bored? Why you lonely? It's a lot of things to do when you by yourself. Get to know yourself. Read a book. Work out. Study. Do research. Pray. Enjoy no noise. Enjoy yourself. Like I said, I love being alone. I'm not lonely. I'll be a loner, but I'm not lonely. That's why when people do get the company, they end up being miserable because the company they keep ain't doing nothing. Like I said, the only company I'm worried about keeping is a business. And you got to pay taxes on that. Now, is that the company a lot of people trying to keep? No, because they don't want to have to be responsible for that. But they'll be responsible when somebody else says, yeah, let's fight this together. Fight for you and fight against you. Fight against yourself to stay drug free, alcohol free, liquor free, sucker free, drama free, headache free, guilt free. Why you need to be free of those things so you don't have to worry about when it don't work out, people coming back to you because something ain't right in their lives, in their situation. Life ain't perfect. Life ain't fair. However, however, you could do things because it's possible. Nothing is gonna be easy. From when we was babies, we had to learn how to walk. That wasn't easy, but we found a way to get that done. We had to learn how to comprehend, how to listen and say, don't, stop, eat this, don't eat that, don't drink this. You had to learn. And I understand that we was taught. But now that we all adults, or for the ones of us that is adults, teach yourself. I still educate myself. And I love that I'm educating myself still. Education don't stop because you got a piece of paper stating that you completed college or you completed high school. Education don't stop. Nobody's too old to learn. Knowledge is infinite. But what people do, limit themselves. Because they got to chase. They got to chase what celebrities think, what celebrities say. They got to chase what people that with status quo say. Like I said, I do this for healing. I do this for motivation. I do this for inspiration. Because a lot of people gonna deny it, but they need motivation. They need inspiration. They get it from movies. They get it from music. When they gonna get it from themselves? When they gonna put it in themselves? Like, you know what? I'm gonna set this alarm for 6 o'clock for 6 a.m. for the next 30 days and get up. I know I gotta be to work at 10 o'clock, hypothetically speaking. I'm gonna work out when I get up at 6, from 6 to like 7:15. I gotta be to work at 10 to take me an hour. I'm gonna work out. Or I'm gonna read a book. Or I'm gonna just sit here in silence and reflect on things I could do better. Switch up the way you go to work. If you always take the train, if you could take a bus, take a bus. If you take the bus, take the train. If you can't take a train or a bus, you got to get to work on your bike. Take a different route. Switch up the way you do things and switch up the way you interact with people. For certain, watch how they'll move. How come? Because you switched up. You're doing things differently and you're doing it for you. That's the problem. You're not doing things for you. So what if someone says you're selfish? You have to do you. You have to do that. Mental health is at an all-time high because people are doing other things and other people. They're not doing them. I just dropped a video stating I did things for me. It felt terrific when my birthday came. And it'd be cold when my birthday come, but I still went and did things for me. The weather wasn't even a factor, and it was cold, but the weather was not even a factor because I wanted to do things for myself. And I wasn't mad at anyone. I didn't have discrepancies with anyone. I wasn't trying to prove nothing to anyone except for me. Like, yo, you go sit down by yourself and eat that. You can go here by yourself. And I did a lot of these things without a vehicle or without other people. Got to get it done. Cut the excuses. People's brains are addicted to unnecessary attention and unnecessary excitement and entertainment. See, it's all right for entertainment until you become the person that everybody is seeing as the entertainment. Like when you the topic of conversation and it's something you don't want people to talk about, now you don't want the conversation to go on. But when it's somebody else and their problems, not their pain, their problems, everybody's all in. Everybody's tuning in. When it's some foolery that ain't helping nobody, everybody know what's going on. The things that get shared on these websites and on the internet, I'd be like, damn, people share that? Wow. And the other things that is from education, or is about inspiration, or is about motivation, or is about people empowerment. People ain't sharing that. People ain't spreading that word, man. Forget that. Because people allow other people to speak for them. Somebody speaking positive, one person to say, nobody want to hear that, then you got other people agreeing with that. You could speak for you. I don't want to hear that. How you gonna let somebody else speak for you? If you probably want to hear the word of God. Somebody else don't want to hear it, but they're gonna speak for it. Nobody want to hear that. No, speak for you. Everybody don't think the same, but people are compromised by what somebody else think or somebody else feel. Or they feel like that. Yeah, no, I agree with that. What you saying for yourself? What you feeling for yourself? That's the issue. Oh no, I agree with that though. I feel like that too. You do? But you ain't say nothing. Now I ain't really want to say nothing, but I feel like that too. Why you ain't say nothing? Because you compromise. You don't mind following. It's an easy thing to do. People want to say they leaders when they frustrated. Everybody bosses, but ain't nobody a leader. I lead myself. I boss myself around. I tell me what to do. I don't want nobody else telling me what to do. That's another problem people got. Oh, I'm a boss, I'm a boss, I'm a boss. But they ain't bossing themselves around, but they want to boss somebody else around. Boss yourself around. Give yourself rules and regulations to abide by and follow. People don't want to boss themselves around. Other people, yeah, now I'm going to do that. I'm going to give people rules. You ain't going to boss yourself around, though. You ain't going to tell yourself what to do, but you going to tell somebody else what to do. That's what you going to do. You going to boss somebody else around? Boss yourself around. Tell yourself what you going to do. Forget other people. Forget them. Tell yourself, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get this done. Nope. I'm going to boss other people around. I'm going to give other people rules and regulations. And if they don't follow it, I'm going to catch an attitude. If they don't abide by it, I'm going to call them out. They don't do what I say, I'm going to regulate them. But you ain't doing what you say. So why you want somebody else to do that? Are you doing everything that you say you're going to do? Or you want somebody else to do everything you say they should do? You ain't doing it, but somebody else got to do it, though. You ain't abiding by your own rules, but your kids got to do that. Your woman got to do that, or your man got to do that, or your family got to do that, or your coworkers got to do it, but you ain't doing it. But you stay making up things. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. I'm a boss. A lot of people don't do nothing but run their mouth. That's it. That's it. Because when it's time to put the work in, they want a finished product. They want a product that's finished. Forget putting the work in. I want a finished product. That's what I want. I want a finished product. I don't want to put the work in. I don't want to do that. I want a finished product. Because if I have a finished product, I could brag about how it's done. And I ain't got to let nobody question me because the product is finished. But to actually put the work in, nah. A lot of people looking for a cheat code. And that's why other people like, man, they did it, I could do it. No. Excuse me. It's not that they did do it. It's the way they got there. It's the way they got there. They brought other people down. They assumed, they speculated. They didn't put the work in. They like, all right, if I talk about this right here, there's no way I won't get subscribers. There's no way I won't get attention. This is a hot topic. This person got X amount of subscribers. If I do it, I'm going to get subscribers too. If I do this, people are going to give me attention. A lot of people want to be followed, but they're not leaders. A lot of people want to be bosses, but they're not in control. I'm a leader, and I'm going to lead myself. I'm a abide by the word of God. And again, I don't got to be in no Bible. I don't got to be in no Quran. But I could abide by the word of God. I could do that. No, I have no issue with doing it either. I have no issue with doing it. Get it done, no problem. It's the word of God. I'm going to get it done. That's how it works. Word of God, I'm gonna get it done. Like I said, when you holler at people and you want to, you want to be on the up and up with them, just leave that alone. That ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work because they're gonna find a way to not be authentic. They're gonna find a way to criticize something. I ain't gonna criticize anything or anyone. I'm gonna just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. Because I know people full of manure. Full of manure. They're going to tell me everything under the sun to hold me back. I'm going to tell them everything above the sun so I can see them shine. I'm going to tell them everything over the sun so I can see them shine. But see, they only want to shine so they could dim your light. I'm going to say it again. They only want to shine so they could dim your light. See, I want them to shine so they can see things a lot more clearer. But they only want to shine to dim your light. That's why it's always short lived. That's why it's always a situation. Always. It's going to always be short lived. Always be short lived. Because you got to be doing foolishness for people to be like, yeah, that I'm entertained by stupidity. Then when you say people are foolish or ignorant, oh, damn, how you going to say that about people? Pay attention. Pay attention to the things that pique people's interest. It be foolish. It be foolish. No, I want to be entertained. Read a book. I want to be entertained. Do some research. I'm bored. There's something wrong with your brain. I do the same thing every day. Yeah, because the energy, you don't want to expand your mind. You don't want to expand your horizons. I'm not saying you're supposed to want to educate yourself every day or all the time. But if you're doing the same foolery every day, that's not tiring. Like, knowledge is infinite. Foolery ain't. Stupidity is not. Entertainment is not. Education is infinite. It keep going. It keep going. Keep expanding. Foolery ain't on that. But a lot of people like entertainment. A lot of people like foolery. You could warn somebody and tell them about it. They still don't care. Tell them, yo, man, this ain't what's going on. They ain't sweating that. Yo, this is not good for your health, for your mental health. People don't care. People rather drink a cup of cyanide before they drink a cup of water. People rather drink a cup of foolishness before they drink a cup of intellect. People rather drink a cup of poison before they drink a cup of knowledge because they tempted by the cup of stupidity, selfishness, and foolishness. But you say, yo, nah, drink some of this. You're going to think better. You're going to see better. You're going to be able to listen better. You're going to be able to pinpoint things better. Nah, I'll pass on that. But give me a cup of that stupidity. Give me a cup of that excitement. Give me a cup of that entertainment. I'm going to drink that. And then you find yourself saying stupid things like, after a while, I'm bored. Ain't nothing to do. Yeah, because you've been drinking cups of stupidity. See, when you start to find yourself and you start to get real deep with spirituality, or you start to get real deep with knowledge or education, you don't get tired. But with foolery, with selfishness and stupidity, you get tired. Because the entertainment, it's the same old entertainment all the time. Knowledge ain't never the same. I don't care who try to debate that. It's not. Foolery is the same. The NBA gonna be the same. The players just change. They're gonna tweak the rules here and there, but it's gonna be the same. Music gonna be the same. They're gonna tweak the sound up a little bit. What they're gonna do to switch it up? They're gonna tweak the sound a little bit. The circus gonna be the same. They're just gonna add different animals, different colors, but it's still the same old circus. Knowledge is infinite. It always gonna grow and expand and expound. Always though. Not that entertainment, not that excitement. When somebody gonna find another way to be a fool, and now you turned on by that. Somebody found another way to be an idiot. Oh, I get it. Because somebody found another way to be a fool. It's acceptable. I get it. But you open up books and you open up your mind, you'll see a whole new world. A whole new world. Nah, that's too much. All this reading giving me a headache. All this thinking giving me a headache. But foolery ain't. Foolery ain't doing that. Me reading this book is. Me having to solve these problems is. That's how it works. It always work like that. It always go like that. Not sometimes. Always. Always work like that. Always work like that. Because it ain't about nothing. Ain't about nothing. That's why so many people be caught up. Foolery, stupidity, easy to get into, hard to get out of it. Intelligent, articulate, I'm bored. Knowledge, nobody want to hear all that. Can't make it up. Can't make it up. When you start attacking people and hitting them where it hurt, oh, I'm saying, what made him or her say that? What make them come at people like that? Because people foolish. They like to be entertained by the same old stupidity. But when you speak about education and knowledge, nobody will hear that. But then when you hit people in the gut where it hurt, oh, I know he ain't talking about me. I know she ain't talking about. No, people in life. But you ain't taking that same old entertainment personal when they showing you the same old gimmicks. You ain't mad at that. You ain't calling that out. It's the same old gimmicks. It's the same old gimmicks. You ain't gonna call that out though. But you gonna call out somebody speaking the word of God, or somebody speaking intelligently, or somebody bringing motivational, inspirational, education. Oh, I don't want to hear that. That's boring. But the same old for three. The same old, yeah, they dirty. They got roaches in their house. They ain't got more money than me. They don't get more women than me. They don't get more dudes than me. Click, like that, share that, subscribe to that. When somebody say, yo, do better for yourself. Somebody always trying to heal somebody. People need healing. People need healing. Who really needs the NBA? Oh, I get it. The millionaires that's pulling the broke people in. I noticed that. The people with the money still getting the broke people to invest their time and their money into them. But the broke people saying, damn, if I had their money, this is what I would do. You ain't gonna get their money because you want to be entertained. So being entertained is gonna keep you broke because you got to pay for that entertainment. You got to pay for that entertainment. When you go into school, knowledge is really free up until you got to go to college and get a degree or something like that. But from pre-K to 12th grade, unless you in a private school, education is free. But not the NBA. You got to pay for that. MLB, you got to pay for that. Football, you got to pay for that. Rap, you got to pay for that. R&B, you got to pay for that. Comedy, you got to pay for that. But school is free from pre-K up until the 12th grade, though. Nah, I'm good. People cutting school. I don't want to go to school. I don't want to deal with that. Too much I got to deal with. But it ain't too much to keep up with the NBA, though. Ain't too much to keep up with that. Ain't too much to learn these rap songs. Talking about running down on people. Peeing on people's graves. Nah, that's cool. That's acceptable. You just hating on it because it ain't you. Nah, I don't have to hate on it. I don't want that to be me. I'm thankful it ain't. Because I know better. I know better. I was into the NBA till I had to realize that the game didn't change only the players. And if they did, they tweaked it a little bit. It ain't a major change. It ain't like, look how the NBA is now. This is totally different. Nah, it's a little tweak. It's a little tweak. It ain't nothing major. Knowledge is always major tweaks in knowledge because it's infinite. You could always learn something that's like, damn, I had no clue. The NBA, you got a clue. Rap, you got a clue. R&B, you got a clue. This foolery, you got a clue of what's going to come. Being on these websites, somebody going to talk about somebody going to talk back, and now they're going to get a crowd of people coming in. One group of people going to say, yeah, they are broke, or yeah, they are dirty, or yeah, they are this, or yeah, they are that. Okay. What's new? That's old news. What's new? I'm not saying I don't, but I rarely hear people in here talking about a good book they read. A great conversation they always have. And when you get to the education and you start getting to the good conversations, they have come to people not knowing nothing but hating, not having the education, but telling the people who doing the homework or doing the research, man, you don't know what you're talking about. A woman, you don't know what you're talking about. We ain't talking about being stupid and selfish. Of course, you know what you're talking about. I always say that. I don't argue with fools because they're going to beat me with experience because they know how to be stupid. They know how to be selfish. They're going to beat me down with that because they know how to do that. But when it's time to get a peace of mind and stay calm, or manage some money, or manage your diet, or display self-control or self-discipline, that's too hard. That's why mental health is out of control. Because people are frustrated with themselves. So when they encounter someone else, they frustrated, they upset. Anybody could go upside somebody's head. Anybody could unalive somebody. But I'm respecting the people that's going to keep their hand in their pocket. I'm respecting the people that's going to mind their business. I'm respecting the people that ain't going to display an attitude if somebody step on their shoe or somebody honk their horn or somebody look at them a certain way or somebody accidentally bump into them. Because majority of people going the other way. What you looking at? You can't do nothing to me. I'm a hard rock. I'm a gangster. For real? Okay. All right. No problem. That's how you living your life? All right. I seen how that story play out. 85% of them end up dead in jail or snitching. I don't care who get mad. Do the numbers. Do the research. Look how they end up. Dead, in jail, or snitching. Or drugged out and bugged out. But they gangsters because they'll do something. They weak because they don't have self-control. But when you say that, oh, I'll pull up on you. You will. Pull up on a book. Do that. Pull up on self-discipline. Do that. Pull up on no ego and no pride. Do that. Pulling up on a person, how does that, that's not gangster is getting into a business and a corporation and merging that with somebody else or taking it over on a corporate level where now you have a say so. Your voice means something. And and when you're not here no more and you have to, your eyes have to close, you could pass that on to a family member. It don't matter if you love them family members, hate them, don't get along. It don't matter. The corporate gangsters have something to give to their family. The street gangsters leave nothing to their family. I'm going to say that again. The corporate gangsters have something to give to their family, but the street gangsters have nothing to live to their family. Nothing to leave at all. But more problems and bills. But it don't matter. They're gangsters. They'll pop someone's head off. They'll pull up. But what do you leave it to your family? More problems, more bills. But the corporate gangsters, they got things to give, not leave, to give to their family. This is your property. This is your business. This is your real estate. But the street gangsters, they're just leaving their family with more headaches and more problems, more shoulders to have to look over. That's all they doing. But you say something, oh, I'm going to pull up. I'll go in your mouth. I'll rob you. Okay, that makes you a gangster. I think that makes you weak, selfish, and foolish. That's just what I think, though. Oh, yeah, what I think don't matter. What I think don't matter. But say something, I'm going to show you how much of a gangster I really am. Okay. You think that's going to help you or your loved ones win? Okay, no problem. I get it. But I know the corporate gangsters, they giving things to their family, but the street gangsters leaving things to their family. Like leaving them with a bill they have to pay when they get locked up, or leaving them with a bill they got to pay if they become unalive. Because majority of the street gangsters, majority of them, not all of them, but majority, 85% of them, they ain't got no life insurance. They ain't got that. But they got a weapon though. They could pull up with the strap though. But they ain't got life insurance. But they're gangsters. See, corporate gangsters got life insurance. Corporate gangsters got property insurance. They got that. They got car insurance. But street gangsters, they'll take your car. They'll do that though. I could ensure that they'll take your car. I could ensure that they'll unalive you. Because they're gangsters. They about that life. What does that mean? I'm about that life. What does that mean? Oh, I get it. You're about showing your pride of your ego that when you become spiritually, psychologically, and emotionally hurt, what you'll do. When I get spiritually and psychologically hurt, I fight with myself to stay strong. I fight with myself to walk away. I fight with myself so I don't have to fight with someone else. That's gangster, not the reverse way. Oh, because they looked at me a certain way, they said something to me. I'm gonna show them how much of a gangster I am. Nah, you're gonna show somebody that you're really emotional. See, walking away, that's gangster. Living to tell the story of how you're still living, that's gangster. Not being in a cell with a bunch of other people that could tell you when to wake up, when to lay down. That's not gangster. That's actually foolish. That's not being a boss. That's not being a leader. You're actually being dictated to. You're actually being told what to do. That should bother you before you want to unalive somebody, before you want to pull up on somebody like, man, this could end in somebody having to tell me what to do for the next 15 to 20 years or the rest of my life. I ain't doing that. If whoever's involved think I'm a sucker or I'm a scaredy cat, let them think that. But when they put themselves in this predicament, the end result is they ain't gonna have nothing to show for it. And like I said, they're gonna leave their family, not give, they're gonna leave them with an unwarranted bail that could have been put into a business, commissary money that could have been put into somebody's tuition, money instead of you having to bury someone, it could have been put into real estate. But it goes into bond money, not stocks and bonds, no, to bond someone out, to bail someone out. I want to put bond money into stocks and bonds, not bonds to bail nobody out. Not that, nah. That's the bond money I want to put up into stocks and bonds. Not the bail bondsman. Nah, that ain't the bond I'm talking about. And I ain't talking about fronting like I'm James Bond either. Because that's a movie. That's a movie. Grand Theft Auto ain't real life. It's a video game. And when you play games, you get played out. That's not real life. It's a video game. It's a glitch in the system. It's make believe. And when you try to take make believe to real life, you lose. Ain't no coming back from that. Ain't no coming back. It's real life. But I get it though. I get it. There's nothing but gangsters out here nowadays. We're gonna show you how strong we are as gangsters. Don't matter what you think, believe, feel. I'm a gangster. I ain't a corporate gangster. I ain't an intelligent gangster. I can't really read and write that good, but I could pull up on you though. I can't really count that good. I can't really shower and wash my behind that good, but I'm gonna show you I'm a gangster with what I got on. It's amusing to me. It's amusing. The things that people willing to show people that makes no sense. Foolish traditions. Foolish traditions. Holds no weight. Holds no bearing. Don't matter. I'm gonna show people how much of a gangster I really am. Okay. So again, about to shut this live down. I had to switch to my phone. I gotta find out what's going on with my laptop. Hopefully I'll be able to get back to it and use it again. For everybody that did tap in, I can't see because I had to come to my phone. but I will shout you out. I appreciate it. And again, remember, heal yourself. Be real to yourself. Heal yourself, be real to yourself. And if you care, you share. So until next time, everybody, I'm gone.